Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum friends. Welcome back to Football Gupshup live watch along. We have got Aston Villa against Manchester City, and as you can see on your screen, Aston Villa have taken the lead. So the second half has just begun. We're going to put on the timer so that you guys are aware what time is currently right now. The team lineups are right there on the screens. We're going to be putting out a poll as well, asking you guys some questions in regards to Manchester City. That is what we're going to do. And right now, as you can see, it is Aston Villa who are keeping hold of the possession, making it a little bit difficult for the likes of Manchester City in order to gain some momentum in terms of pushing through Aston Villa. But right now, Aston Villa playing quite good. There's a chance for Aston Villa. Can they find this space? They have it. There's a chance. And Aston Villa have just taken a shot. It goes wide. And that was a very well planned attack by Aston Villa. You can see quick counter attack, and for a moment we thought that Aston Villa could have taken the advantage over there, but for some reason Manchester City were really lucky, and you can say that it was a close one. Aston Villa won, Manchester City nil, and right now the timer is up there on the screen. So guys, please do subscribe, please do press the like button as well, and hopefully you will enjoy today's content. We are doing this live watch along today, and hopefully you are going to be having some good moments here. If you cannot see the game live, we'll be giving you the updates on this channel right over here. That is what we tend to do, giving you the live updates for all these kind of games. And right now we can see that it is Manchester City who are going to keep hold of the ball, and you can see that Aston Villa are not trying to push forward in terms of not trying to press that high. They know that they need to have a little bit composure, and they wouldn't want to rush and wouldn't want to lose the ball in that perspective. So hopefully we'll see how will this go forward. And right now it is Manchester City once again trying to find Jack Grealish on that left flank. So far Jack Grealish hasn't been able to penetrate his old team as he normally does. It's due to the fact that there is a brilliant pair of Cash as well as Konsa who have kept him quite over there. I mean, Konsa has done brilliantly against Haaland, and once again Martinez gets the ball, sprays it towards Digne on the left flank. Digne right now on the ball has got plenty of option. Now right now Aston Villa, they need to make sure that they close in this game in terms of what can they do. So Aston Villa versus Manchester City. There you go. Guys, please do press the like button. We're going to be putting out a poll, and there's a goal has been scored, but it was given as an offside. John Duran, the goal scorer for the first goal of the game in the first half in the 16th minute, has a very good chance over there. It was a very close call, and for some reason the ref blew the whistle, and that was a very good chance for right. Let me put out a poll over here asking you guys, who are you supporting? There you go. Right, let me put out a poll over here, and this is what I'm going to ask you over here. Should Manchester City spend in January transfer window, which position should they recruit in? So we're going to go with so this is what we are going to ask you guys, And the question is quite simple. What you need to tell us over here is which area should Manchester City should spend in January transfer window. This is what we're going to ask you over here. And the poll is up in the chat section over there. You can give in your answer. Should Manchester City spend in January transfer window? Which position should they recruit in? You can give in your answers. Is it in forwards? Is it in midfield? Or is it defenders? You can give in your answer by clicking one of those options. And then after 10 minutes, we're going to be asking you new poll, and that is what we're going to do. It will be regarding Manchester City, and then later we'll do the Aston Villa ones as well. Right now, it is Manchester City with the ball. Will Foden once again being fouled, and a free kick has been awarded to City. So let's see how will this progress. Right now, guys, we are in the 8th minute of this second half, and hopefully we'll see if Manchester City will be able to respond. So far, we haven't seen any evidence, and hopefully we'll be able to find out what will happen. Guys, please do keep on giving your votes in. We are trying to find out who are you going to be giving in your votes in. Right now it is Lewis. Once again, a foul has been committed. Manchester City winning a free kick. It seems that for a fact that Manchester City are not happy with the ref because they think that it wasn't being resulted in a yellow card or something, a caution. And Rico Lewis still in discussion with the ref over there. He's not happy with the ref. Once again, the game has restarted, and let's see what's going to happen. So guys, keep on giving your votes in. We are trying to find out who are you supporting. It will be really nice to see who are you supporting. Please do press the like button. Please do press the subscribe button as well. It will be really interesting to find out who are you supporting. Right. So once again, Aston Villa releasing Duran, and Duran being challenged by one of the City players. It is Akanji. Both of the players are down on the ground. The ref will stop the play, and he's asking medics to come onto the pitch. Both of the players are hurt over there, so we might see a case of it was a bad clash. It was a bad clash. You can see both of the players going for the ball. I think what happened was Akanji got himself hurt really bad over there, and he's still holding his shoulder. It's not looking good for Manchester City fans at this moment. It's not looking good for Manchester City fans at the moment. It is Akanji who's down on the ground. The medics are onto the pitch. They're showing the replay of that goal scored by Duran, and all he had to do was finish it, and that is what he did. Nothing that Ortega could have done over there in order to stop Duran scoring in the first half in the 16th minute of the game. Right now, you can see that Akanji is down on the ground. It seems that medics are onto the pitch, having a look what they can do in order to change. Guys, there is a poll running right now. Please do give in your vote. We are trying to find out where should Manchester City spend. In which area? Is it in the forward line? Is it in midfield? Is it in defense? Please do let me know in this poll which area should Manchester City make a signing in. Should it be in the forward lineup? Should it be in midfield? Should it be in defense? Please do let me know by giving in your votes. And that is what we are trying to find out over here. The game has resumed. Looks like Akanji is on the sideline having a check with the doc. Will he be able to come back onto the pitch? He seems to be moving his shoulder as well as his arm. So once again, Aston Villa keeping the whole of the possession. McGinn on the ball. turns, twists, once again keeping hold of the ball over there. Right now it is Aston Villa keeping hold of the possession. Brilliant piece of play by Aston Villa over there. Manchester City finding it a little bit difficult to win the ball back. 57 minutes in, it seems that it might be the case where right now, as you can see, it is once again Aston Villa with the ball. Erling Haaland trying to go in with high pressing over there, and a brilliant piece of play by Aston Villa, but it was a little bit too much. The pass was a little bit heavy, and the ball goes out. It will be a throw-in for City. 58 minutes coming up on the clock. Manchester City are running out of time. It's been a really, really bad set of results for them, and you can see the away stand right now. They're showing the cam, and you can see pretty much concerned fans over there. I mean, we've never seen City like this. They've always been on the top of their game. Once again, you can see Ortega unable to control Duran over there, and there is some rustling going on inside the box, but now you can see that the confidence for Manchester City defense is not as we have used to, and it's not looking good once again. Right now, Aston Villa keeping hold of the ball, keeping hold of the possession. So let's see what will happen once again. Aston Villa pushing that ball forward. It comes into Duran. Duran right now once again on the ball. And let's see what will happen, guys. Keep on giving your likes. Please do subscribe. Please do keep on giving your votes in. We are trying to find out who are you guys going for. Where should Manchester City sign in? Which area once again? Chance! And what a save that was. If that was a save, it looks like it did go wide and it hit the post, but that was so close for Aston Villa, and that was a really, really brilliant play once again. That was really good by Aston Villa. You can see what they were trying to do. Brilliant piece of play by the Villa players. And Duran once again showing his skill, and that was really, really good. Rogers trying to get something over here, but anyway, we'll see how will this progress further. Guys, please do keep on giving your votes in. We are trying to find out who do you think should Manchester City sign, in which area. We're going to be shutting this poll pretty closely. We're going to give it another 5 minutes, and then we'll be shutting this poll. That is what we are trying to do in order to find out who are you guys going to go for. Right. Once again, it is Manchester City right now trying to play that ball from behind, and let's see what can they do. It's Rico Lewis once again on the ball and passing it to Kanji. Kanji right now pushing it forward. Aston Villa once again staying very close to Manchester City players, not giving them any kind of space, and making sure that it stays the same way. Right now, Aston Villa once again with the ball. Comes into Lucas Digne, and let's see what's going to happen over here. Right now, it is Konsa. Konsa right now passing it forward. Erling Haaland trying to get to the Aston Villa midfield player, but unable to win the ball back. Aston Villa once again trying to push this ball forward. Let's see how will this go in terms of, once again right now it is Manchester City once again on the ball, pushing it forward. Right now Aston Villa with the cross in, kept out by City. It looks like Aston Villa have got the front foot. If you ask me who's playing better, you could say that it is Aston Villa. They're trying to take some time. They are trying to make sure that they tend to go at City goal with little bit of strength. When I say strength, what I mean is They want to go in numbers. They don't want to go in an isolated cases, such as like one person just goes for the goal and the other ones are just right behind, not trying to commit themselves offensively, and mostly in regard to be sound in defensive terms. So that is the reason why you can see that Aston Villa right now are not trying to be hesitant. They are trying to have a go at City's goal, which is a positive thing because that might open up some game for the likes of Erling Haaland as well as Bernardo Silva, because you can see their two positioning are the key over here for City. If them two are not in those positions, then I can't see anything happening for City. So everything depends on those two. Let's see if they can produce something. I mean, Phil Foden and Jack Grealish have been simply not that good. Once again, it is right now. Chance comes in. Grealish running with the ball, puts a cross in, and it hits the side netting. Nothing will come out of it against his old side. Once again, even Jack Grealish is failing to get something over here. They really need to improve. Right now, 64 minutes in. Aston Villa have scored a goal, guys, and Manchester City have conceded. It looks like Manchester City are really, really suffering right now. It's one of those goals that you can't, I mean, fathom. It's unbelievable right now. And City are on the back burner right there. They have got nothing against Aston Villa. What a goal that is. I mean, City defense is really, really poor. And Rodgers and Duran are those two, the key players for Villa, who are making the difference. Let's have a look once more. Rodgers takes away the ball away, and then he runs into the empty field. Then he puts that ball all the way across in towards McGinn. Then McGinn comes in, gives it to Rodgers, goes with his left foot, and oh my God, Ortega should have stopped that, but that was so poor from every aspect. I mean, Ortega hadn't it covered, and that was, you have to give credit to Rodgers because the way he went, it was way subtle, and I mean, nobody could have judged it where it was going, but he selected the spot as soon as he got the ball, and he knew what he had to do, and that has caught Manchester City by surprise. And you can see Unai Emery celebrating that goal in the 65th minute. So a goal has been scored, guys, and Aston Villa are cruising into a very nice victory, which means Manchester City will have to dig in deep. They will have to come up with those goods. If not, then we might see Aston Villa getting a famous victory against the champions. And that is what we are looking at right now. What a goal that is by Rodgers in the 65th minute. And Aston Villa have taken a 2-goal lead, which means Pep Guardiola team is really in a very bad position. In a very, very, very bad position. We're going to go and have a look at the Premier League table as well. Oh my God, Haaland just misses a big, big chance for City. And what has happened is a cross comes in, low on the ground, and Haaland, all he had to do was put a touch to it, and he misses it completely, and he was cleared. He could have taken the shot, and nothing that Martinez could have done over there. But for some reason, he wasn't able to stop that ball and go for it. And now another foul committed by Akanji, and it will be a free kick for Aston Villa. So there you go, guys. 65 minutes, and we have seen so there you go. A goal has been scored. Not looking good for Manchester City in this moment. And for some reason you can say that, I mean, I don't know what has happened to City. They've completely lost it. I mean, they can't even put a shot right now, and I don't know what it is. Is it confidence or is it something else? I mean, it's one of those things, and it's not working for them. It's not looking as if. So right now, free kick taken, and the ball goes out. Will it be a throw-in? It looks like it will be a throw-in, and once again, Manchester City defending in deep over there. I think, Manchester City players are themselves surprised the way they are not on top of things, and I think if you look at the players' body language, it's more of a shock, and the shock in that system is basically not helping them in terms of if they want to do something positive, they're not able to do so. And once again, City defending in deep, and a clearance by Bernardo Silva. The ball goes out. So there you go. Rogers scoring for Aston Villa. It is Aston Villa 2, Manchester City 0. And let's see how will this progress going further. Please do subscribe, guys. Please do press the like button as well. We are really trying our best to grow the channel, so it'll be really nice if you guys can support us by voting. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give another minute for this poll, and if you guys do not give in your vote, then what we'll do is we'll close the poll and then we'll go for another one. That is what we'll try to do. This is what we'll try to do, but right now Aston Villa once again with the ball, and what it means for City is they've gone 6th. They've gone 6th, and Aston Villa have gone beyond them in 5th position with same number of games played. And Nottingham Forest are currently in 4th position. Oh my. Don't think so. Anybody could have imagined Aston Villa beating City and Nottingham Forest in 4th position, whereas City in 6th. Don't know what has happened to City. It's not looking good. It's utterly not looking good for City. I'm sure that City fans who are watching this game, they'll be themselves in shock as well. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to be closing this poll in next 10 seconds. So if you haven't voted, please do give in your votes and let us know where should City go in terms of spending. Should it go into forward or midfielders or defenders? Right now it is Aston Villa pushing the ball forward, stopped by Akanji, and we are in the last 20 minutes of this game. So let's see how will this result in. Right, and that's it, guys. We're going to be closing this poll, and the poll is done. And what we'll do is we'll be putting out a new poll and asking you guys a new set of questions, which is going to make this transmission quite interesting. So I'm going to be putting out a new poll. Will City qualify for Champions League? That is what we're going to ask. Yes or no? There you go. At the end of the season. So there you go. Will Manchester City qualify for Champions League at the end of the season? That is what our next poll is. Asking you guys, what do you guys think about this matter? Do you reckon that Manchester City will be able, if they will be able to right now, Phil Foden, what a bad pass that is from Phil Foden. And once again, brilliantly defended by Aston Villa. And now Durant goes down on the ground. It will be a free kick awarded. Right, so guys, we are putting out a new poll asking you guys, do you think City will qualify for the Champions League at the end of the season? Please do let us know. That is what we are trying to find out. If you can please give in your votes in. We are trying to find out, do you think City will they be able to qualify for Champions League next season? And now Gundogan is being substituted. Savio is coming on for him. So Pep Guardiola increasing his attacking players over there on the pitch. I think he really wants to get those goals which he is missing. And for some reason, it's really surprising that Erling Haaland is not working for City. It's really, really turning out to be one of those games which is never been witnessed for the last 5 or 6 years. It has been truly dominant from City and Pep Guardiola, but this time around, we haven't seen this kind of City for a long, long time. And I'm sure the fans are going to be in shock as well, because I'm sure the fans who have just seen Manchester City winning under Pep Guardiola, they themselves won't be able to believe that what they're watching right now. And the standards have gone up so high that they expect every other game to be as a formality, where they would approach the game in thinking that, you know what, we will go out there and we will perform and we will get the result, which would eventually become a normal thing. But for some reason, this season, it seems that Manchester City have been really, really, really bad. And I've never seen City like this. And if you ask me in terms of City form, it's really, really poor. I'm going to go out on internet and try to see their form. And wow. Right. If you look at their previous games, I mean, it's really, really poor. And the last win that they had was on 4th of December against Nottingham Forest. Now, the catch over here is, if you look at from the period of 26th of October, they won against Southampton 1-0. The game before that, they won against Wolves with the scoreline in 1-2. And Manchester City won against Fulham with 3-2 at home. And after that City game against Southampton, which was at home, which they won 1-0, they haven't been able to win the game other than that Nottingham Forest game. So they lost against Bournemouth, they lost against Brighton, they lost against Tottenham, they lost against Liverpool. Those were 4 defeats in a row. And then Manchester City winning against Nottingham Forest. The other game right after that was 3 days later in Crystal Palace against City, which was a draw as well. And then the Manchester derby, which took place on 15th of December, to which City and Pep Guardiola lost. And since then, you haven't seen the case where City could get back in terms of the league title race. Haven't seen any evidence so far. It's due to the fact that they're missing Rodri. But, I mean, you're such a huge club. You should be able to have a backup or replacement if you would look into this. I think City have been caught out as well. They didn't expect that Rodri will be out for so long. And I think they had their whole expectation scenario based on how fit will. Once again, Aston Villa making that clearance. Manchester City finding it very, very hard to keep hold of the ball. I mean, Aston Villa making it once again difficult for them. So 76 minutes coming up on the clock, and we are running out of time. So if City want to do something, they will have to do something right now. Right now, Aston Villa once again running with the ball. There's nobody on the left-hand side. That was pretty poor from Aston Villa. I mean, as soon as Tielemans was running with the ball. Right now, Aston Villa trying to go forward. Right now, Aston Villa once again trying to go forward. And let's see what can happen over here. Will Manchester City qualify for the Champions League at the end of the season? Please do let me know, guys. We are asking this poll out. "77 minutes coming up. Erling Haaland in disbelief as well. I don't think so. Since he has joined City, he's been witnessing such a bad series of results. one after the other, one after the other. We haven't seen this kind of City for a long, long time. And I think there are going to be some voices coming out, especially in Abu Dhabi, where apparently they run this club from. And I'm sure they won't be happy with the results that they're witnessing. Their team is out of the Champions League contention, let alone Premier League title. That is way, way beyond now. I mean, how much is the difference over there? If you look at the Premier League table in this current moment, I mean, Manchester City have almost, now Liverpool have got 2 games in hand, Chelsea have got a game in hand. So when you look at those figures in terms of how many games have the player played, it looks like Liverpool have got 2 games less, Chelsea have got 1 game less, but the difference is so huge. Like the difference between City and Chelsea is around 7 points, and whereas for Liverpool it's between, once again cross comes in and is being cleared. Right, Aston Villa once again with the ball. Cross comes in. I think they were trying to find Digne on the very far left, but eventually nothing happened over there. Right, this is pretty good, guys, that you guys have been voting in. Will Manchester City qualify for Champions League at the end of the season? We're going to give this poll another 2 more minutes, and then we'll be shutting this poll and we'll be asking you new series of questions. Tielemans with the cross comes in, clearance. And right now, Aston Villa have got the ball. Once again, they're trying to push that ball forward on the very far right. There's a chance, but the ball has been put out. It'll be a throw-in. Right. 80 minutes up already on the clock. Watkins is about to come on for Aston Villa. Watkins is about to come on for Aston Villa, which is going to make things certainly interesting. And right now, so 80 minutes up, Aston Villa 2, Manchester City 0. And it looks like Duran will be substituted. Done his job today. He's been really brilliant. He's one of my favorite players to watch because he is a classic number 9 striker. I mean, he is way, way good. And I won't be shocked or surprised if any big club comes in for him next summer. And I don't think so Aston Villa can do much more in terms of trying to keep him here, even though they're playing in Champions League, although they can also qualify for the Champions League next season. But still, even after Champions League, I think Duran is destined to play for a bigger club. Now, which club that could be, it's another question. I mean, he would ideally suit the likes of a team which is a little bit physical as well as who can pass as well. I mean, he would be an ideal fit, a perfect fit for Arsenal. And I mean, I wouldn't mind him at Manchester United as well. But when you look at Josh, at the way he is always around the box area, outside the box, inside the box, his intelligence is way too good in comparative to the other strikers that we have seen. Very different to Ollie Watkins, his teammate. Very different to Harry Kane as well. I mean, it's a measure that when you tend to compare 2 or 3 players against each other's skill, you always tend to find out that, you know, you like something in someone and you tend to ignore the other facts. But with Duran, there's so many strengths in his game that you tend to almost admire him, the way he approaches the game. And he watches his run always. He's always watching the line. He's always watching the space. And you can say that he's pretty intelligent when it comes to making those runs. And right now, I think if he keeps on playing the way he's playing right in this manner, I won't be shocked, I won't be surprised if any big club, major big club in the Europe would come out for him. And now there's a chance. Watkins takes a shot straight into the goalkeeper. I think that was poor from Watkins. He should have played it in for Rodgers, and another chance has gone by, which makes it 82 minutes on the clock. Aston Villa 2, Manchester City nil. So right now, guys, we're going to be closing this poll and asking you a new set of questions, and we're going to be ending this poll right here. And let's begin a new poll asking you guys who. I'm not going to ask you right here. Let me put out the question first, and then we'll discuss about it. Right. Is it time for there you go, new question coming up. Is it time for Pep Guardiola to leave Manchester City like Jurgen Klopp has done for Liverpool? Jurgen Klopp thought that he has given his all for Liverpool, and he believed that he couldn't give more, and maybe Pep is also heading towards that direction. But now the difference between those two is Pep Guardiola won the league titles more than Jurgen Klopp did, although Jurgen Klopp did win the Champions League and then Pep Guardiola as well with Manchester City. Now it's a case of would Pep Guardiola want to win once more before he wants to leave City, or do you think he's running out of ideas and simply he cannot do this season after season after season, and he needs to think about something else, maybe move on to the new pastures, maybe trying out the management in international football, maybe heading to Italy. I think I read somewhere that his dream was always to coach the old lady, Juventus, and I don't know if there's any truth into it or not. Pep Guardiola in Syria would be too much because Syria is very defensive. It's not as if you're playing in Spanish La Liga or Premier League or even in Bundesliga. It's very different. So you never know with these kind of managers because they always have something in their heart and they would want to think about it in that perspective. Remember Manchester City, they were looking at once again City keeping hold of the ball. Let's see what can they do. Is it time for Pep Guardiola to leave Manchester City? Please, guys, do let me know. Right now, 86 minutes in, Aston Villa 2, Manchester City nil. Is it time for Pep Guardiola to leave Manchester City? Do you think is it time for Pep Guardiola to leave Manchester City, guys? Please do let us know. Right now, Phil Foden on the free kick duty over there. Let's see what can he do. Cross comes in. Remember, guys, right after this game are about 3 games which will be played. Brentford against Nottingham Forest, Ipswich Town versus Newcastle United, West Ham United versus Brighton. That is going to be a really good game. And then later it will be an all-London derby between Crystal Palace and Arsenal. And I'm sure we'll try our best to do that one as well. Remember, guys, there is a game being played tomorrow, which is apparently there are about 4 games being played at the same time, and then later it will be Tottenham against Liverpool. But the main attraction will be Everton against Chelsea as well as Manchester United against Bournemouth. Now, Jack Grealish comes into the ref books. Not happy with it, what he's watching. So, Grealish being shown a yellow card. "87 minutes in, Aston Villa 2, Manchester City nil." Is it time for Pep Guardiola to leave Manchester City? Yes or no? Three more minutes. 3 more minutes, and then we'll have some stoppage time as well. Guys, we are doing a football manager 24-25 season with Manchester United, and I'm sure that you guys are pretty much interested in football manager. And the reason we're doing 24-25 season is because due to the fact that there was an announcement made by the football manager game developers that they won't be bringing out football manager in 2024. They'll be trying to bring that game out in March 2025. So for some reason, I felt that it is better to do the new season, even though we have got FM24. So that is what we have done. If you are into football manager kind of games, then you are in the perfect place in order to enjoy those kind of content. We are currently underway with Manchester United season 24-25, and I'm sure that you guys are going to enjoy that one. And right now, Aston Villa 2, Manchester City 0, 89 minutes coming up on the clock. So let's see how will this go. Guys, we're going to give another minute to this poll, and then what we're going to do is we're going to be putting out a new poll asking guys a very different question, and maybe you'll be able to answer that question with in your own understanding, and we're just going to wait a minute or so. I mean, City are really, really poor. Never thought that City would crash like this. It's a kind of a reminiscence of Manchester United under David Moyes. I mean, it was the same team which had won the Premier League under Sir Alex Ferguson. I mean, it had Vidic, it had Patrice Evra, it had Rio Ferdinand, it had Giggs, it had all those players who were the champions a season before, and suddenly under David Moyes they were really poor, and so I mean it's kind of a same feeling. And Erling Haaland jumps up and nothing once again. I mean, at one point Erling Haaland, they used to call him as a Terminator. For some reason he is not being effective. Nothing is happening, and nobody ever would have thought that Erling Haaland would miss scoring. He isn't able to right. We're going to be closing this poll right now. And now we're going to ask one last question because we're waiting for the stoppage time to come on. And that is what we're waiting for. Let's wait for the stoppage time. How much stoppage time are we going to get over here? We're just still waiting. Rogers is going to go out. So 4 minutes stoppage time given. And that will be enough time for us to do that poll. Right. The poll is coming up, and there you go. Here is the poll. Who will be right? There you go. You have got around 4 more minutes where you can answer where do you think it's going to be your answer about. Who do you think is going to be the champion? If not City, then will it be Liverpool? Will it be Arsenal? Will it be Chelsea? We would want to know your answers. Once again, brilliant ball in by Lewis to Foden, but nothing happened over there. So guys, please give in your answer. Who do you think is going to be the champion of the Premier League if not City? Please do let me know in your answer. Who do you think is going to be the new Premier League champion? Who is going to be? And let's see what will happen over here. Once again, Manchester City fans in disbelief to what they are watching. And I mean, this kind of thing tends to happen. So right now, Manchester City fans can't believe what they're watching. I mean, who would have thought this would have been happening? And right now, ball comes in. Manchester City once again trying to go forward. Right now, chance for Foden and he scores! Manchester City have just got a goal and they have just scored in the 93rd minute. So, what a goal that is by Phil Foden. Expected. I mean, from this, I mean, what an error by Digne. I mean, Digne made that error and he shouldn't have done that kind of thing. Anyway, Aston Villa have got 2-goal lead. They can still hold on, and they can still hold on. But I think in a minute anything can happen. Anything can happen. So Manchester City is scoring a goal, and it is Foden. Right. Aston Villa 2, Manchester City 1. And this is going to be interesting. A yellow card comes out for McGinn. McGinn getting a yellow card. Cross comes in. Martinez jumps up and collects it. Martinez is going to go long. Few seconds remaining, and I think the goalkeeper will eventually blow the whistle. And that's it, guys. The whistle has been blown. Aston Villa have won the game. They have won the match. It is full time. We're going to be closing down the timer. And what a game this has turned out to be. Not a good result for Pep Guardiola and his City. It is one of those things that we have not witnessed. And there you go. Full time it is. Aston Villa 2, Manchester City 1. And Aston Villa 2, Manchester City 1. Loss after loss, and nothing happening for City as we have seen. So who will be the new Premier League champion this season if not City? You guys have voted in for Arsenal, which is a surprise, not for Liverpool. So Chelsea with 1 vote over there, and I'm sure that this is going to be really interesting to see. Aston Villa getting an important win over City, which would mean that they have gone above Manchester City in the Premier League table, which is currently looking in this manner. Liverpool at the top with 36 points. They have got 2 games in hand. Chelsea in second with a game in hand, 34 points. Arsenal with a game in hand with 30 points. Nottingham Forest, I would have never, ever thought that even in my wildest dream that Nottingham Forest will be in 4th position after 16 games played on 28 points, and they'll be above over the likes of Aston Villa, Manchester City, Tottenham, Brighton, Newcastle United and Manchester United. I mean, what a huge surprise. Anyway, looking at Aston Villa, they are currently in 5th position with 28 points, and then with Manchester City in 6th, 17 games played, 27 points, and Bournemouth right behind them with a 2-point gap on 25 with the game in hand as well. Then looking from the next games which are going to be played, uh, let me see. The next game which is going to be taking place is Brentford against Nottingham, Ipswich against Newcastle United, West Ham against Brighton, and then later it will be Crystal Palace against Arsenal. Tomorrow, remember guys, it will be 4 games being played at the same time. Everton against Chelsea, Fulham against Southampton, Leicester City against Wolves, Manchester United against Bournemouth, and then Tottenham against Liverpool. There will be no games from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we'll be back on Thursday, which will be on 26th of December, where Manchester City will be taking on Everton. Then later, there will be about 5 games being played at the same time. Bournemouth against Crystal Palace, Chelsea against Fulham, Newcastle against Aston Villa, Nottingham against Tottenham, Southampton against West Ham, and then it will be Wolves against Manchester United, and in the end, it will be Liverpool against Leicester City. So that is the up and coming schedule. Once again, guys, I would like to thank and appreciate for those of you who have tuned in. We are going to be ending this poll over here. 4 votes in, 50% for Arsenal, 25% for Chelsea, 25% for Liverpool. We're going to end this poll right here. And I would like to thank each one and every one of you who have voted in this poll. So please do subscribe to Football Gupshup if you haven't seen our Football Manager series. I'm sure that you guys will be enjoying it. If you do want to watch it, you can go into the video section and there's a playlist. You can start watching it. You will definitely enjoy it. So anyway, guys, once again, guys, thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice one, guys.